When it comes to Indian prodigies, there are very few talents like Nihal Sarin and Raunak Sadhwani who are right now in front of you. Now, these two players had pitted off against each other in the first half of the Global Chess League. In that match between the Upgrad Mumbai Masters and PBG Alaskan Knights, the first 5 boards had ended in draws. And it all hinged on this encounter where Raunak Sadhwani lost to Nihal Sarin and PBG Alaskan Knights took the win. Now Raunak must definitely be going here for the revenge. He must want to sort of prove himself. He's after all an amazing talent from the city of Nagpur. And Nihal Sarin has already proven himself in this tournament. He's played some brilliant chess. He's been unbeaten. He scored heavily for his team, and that's the reason why they are in the lead right now. We have shake of hands, the arbiter says start, and e4 by Raunak. e5 by Nihal, knight comes out to f3, knight c6, Nihal's knight looking backwards, always weird for me, but that's how he does it. Bishop c5, but he does not do that with the other knight. If you look carefully, his other knight will be looking frontwards, so that's something which we will ask Nihal someday. d6 played, all very standard. Pawn comes up to c3, Nihal plays a5, making a square for his bishop, also preventing the pawns from advancing. Raunak plays rook e1, bishop drops back, the knight comes out, and now Nihal castles. Generally white goes knight f1 to g3. He also does that here, knight f1. Now bishop e6 is an idea. He plays it. If you take here, he'll take with the f pawn, opening up the rook. So Raunak puts his bishop here, not interested in a trade. Maybe the bishop will drop back from here. Nihal goes knight e7, pawn comes up to d4, and now the knight moves to, he goes c6. First attacking the bishop comes back to d3, all very standard maneuvers, you know, the knight coming from c6 e7 to g6, knight g3, and now important move here to go bishop g4 to put pressure here, and if bishop e3 to play d5, but Nihal makes an error. He goes rook e8, a slightly careless move, and Raunak quickly pounces with h3. Now you might think it's no big deal, but actually it's a big deal. The reason being, now white has a strong center, and for black to break it up is not going to be easy. And what Nihal now is trying to do is just make logical moves, but Raunak is now building it up. Queen c2, good move, connecting the two rooks. His center is very solid, and in order to equalize, black has to at some point go d5, b4. He's gaining space now on the queen side. ab3, ab3, and he's planning to push the pawns. So bishop comes up to b6, and Raunak now pushes b4. So black is a bit passive here. I guess it's time now to play rook a1 and d5, but Nihal goes rook d8. This was, I think, the final sort of an error in the opening, which has comfortably given Raunak a big advantage. Now you will see that he has these pawns here. He's ready to push f4. His pieces are well positioned. So Nihal, in order to fight this, plays c5. Raunak now captures the bishop. Time wise also he's doing well. He has 13 minutes 43 seconds. Nihal has 13 minutes on the clock. f4. Threatening f5 to win a piece. So there's no time for c takes b4. The knight jumps back. And now Raunak plays this another nice move. You can't take the pawn because your bishop is hanging. Raunak is playing this position like a boa constrictor. You know, boa constrictors are those creatures which kind of wrap themselves around you and just completely crush you. And this is what he's doing to Nihal right now. He goes queen f3, now bishop here, rook c1, brings the rook to the other side. His pawns are well protected. Nihal plays b6, and now Raunak, I really like this move, rook c2. Very nice. Perhaps it was time to actually sack here and maybe play f5 to try and get something, but Nihal very passive, goes knight f8, and this is exactly what Raunak needed. This is the reason why he had put his rook on c2. He is now bringing his bishop back to c1. Lovely move, lovely. The bishop is going to b2 on this all important diagonal. Knight g6 played. Nihal Sarin looking confident still, but the position is not really one where any confidence can be infused into his teammates nor himself. Queen f2 played, and Nihal goes queen d8 very quickly. 6 minutes 34 seconds for Nihal, 10 minutes for Raunak. Rook e2, again just overprotecting, good idea there. Bishop comes to b4, and the rook comes into the center of the board. Rook d1. Maybe at some point e5 becomes possible with the attack on the queen. So queen e7 by Nihal, improving the position of the queen. And now bishop c2 played. Let's see how this position now develops. Knight goes back, and he plays king h1. I love how Raunak is not in any hurry. He is calmly playing his moves and waiting for the right moment. Nihal is also making these improving moves. Bishop d3, they're waiting again. Rook e8, and now you can see white has to at some point push something in order to make progress, but he goes king h2, and Nihal goes g6. He could have tried for this very committal g5 move to fight for the e5 square, but he decided against it. Rook comes to c2, knight goes to f6, rook f1 played, and now Nihal makes an error. He couldn't wait any longer. His position was bad, and he thought, let me sacrifice an exchange. But I think what he has absolutely missed or underestimated is the attack on his king. Knight takes e4, queen takes. Now the c2 rook is hanging. If you try to protect it, it will not be great news. It in fact does not have great squares to go to if you go rook c1, knight f5. But look at Raunak, takes, and queen here, threatening a mate. King f8 played, but now he first takes the pawn, then brings the queen again, and now even though the material has equalized, the position is completely lost because look at the attack that's brewing up. g5 played, and I think Nihal is going to lose another pawn here. He takes, king e7, gives another check. If the king runs this side, queen f7 is hanging, so king went back to f8. Check, king here, and now need to find the final blow to checkmate. Nihal's king finds it, queen h6, what a move. Idea is f6 to checkmate, and even if he takes the bishop, there is f6. Nihal resigns. A dominating performance by Raunak Sadhwani, and thanks to his victory, actually the upgrade Mumbai Masters scored the win against PBG Alaskan Knights. What a kind of repeat of what happened in the first match. Raunak would definitely be very happy with what happened, and Nihal Sarin faces his first loss of the Global Chess League. And look at him arranging all the pieces. He's really a wonderful person. If you ever get to meet Nihal, you'll never ever see a hint of arrogance or anything of that sort. He's very humble, but today, chess-wise, he was completely outplayed by his opponent. A fantastic game by Raunak Sadhwani in the Italian. A lot to learn from this.